Do you know what actually makes a dog protective? Most people choose a guard dog based on how intimidating they look, but size and appearance are not the same as protection, and some of the most fearsome-looking dogs are not actually the best choice for keeping a family safe. Here are 9 guard dog breeds backed by real research and expert rankings that actually protect the families they love. Number 9. The Boxer. You probably do not think of boxers when you picture a guard dog. They look too friendly, too goofy, too much like the class clown of the dog world, but that is exactly why they belong on this list. Boxers were originally bred in Germany to help butchers control cattle, which required dogs that were powerful enough to handle large livestock but calm enough to work around crowds of people. That history shaped a breed that is genuinely comfortable with humans, and yet capable of instant transition into protection mode when something threatens their family. The American Kennel Club describes them as bright, fun-loving, and active dogs, but also notes their strong protective instinct toward their household. What makes boxers stand out is their combination of athletic capability and social flexibility. They can go from wrestling on the floor with your kids to standing between them and a threat in seconds. Their bite force is powerful, and they have excellent inhibition when it comes to family, meaning they know the difference between rough play and actual danger. Their bond with children is particularly strong. Boxers form deep attachments, and their protective instinct extends most intensely to the smallest members of the household. So while they may not look like a traditional guardian at first glance, families with young children often find that the Boxer is the exact right fit. Number 8. The Akita. The Akita comes from Japan, and their history goes back centuries. They were originally bred to guard royalty and hunt large game like wild boar and bear, which required a dog that could work independently and make its own decisions in dangerous situations. That independence is still part of who they are today. According to the AKC, Akitas are muscular, double-coated dogs known for their dignity, courage, and unwavering loyalty. What makes them different from other guard breeds is how selective their attachment tends to be. Akitas often bond most deeply with one person, but extend protection to the entire family. They are not naturally friendly with strangers. Their default around unfamiliar people is reserved and watchful, which is exactly what you want in a protection dog. Their intelligence works in their favor. Akitas are pattern recognizers who quickly learn what is normal for their household and notice when something is different. When a visitor comes to the door, an Akita is not just reacting, they are evaluating. They read your body language, listen to your voice, and decide based on your cues whether the person coming in is welcome or a threat. The catch is that Akitas require experienced ownership. They are not the right fit for a first-time dog owner because their strong will and protective instincts need to be shaped through consistent training from a young age. Number 7. The Bullmastiff. The Bullmastiff was built for one specific job. British gamekeepers in the 1800s developed this breed to catch poachers on large estates. They needed a dog that could work silently, cover ground fast despite their size, and pin an adult human without killing them. That job description shaped everything about the breed, which is why Bullmastiffs have a protection style unlike almost any other dog. The AKC describes them as fearless and confident guardians, docile and affectionate at home. What makes Bullmastiffs unusual is how quiet they are about protection. They do not bark constantly. They do not posture or growl at everyone who walks by. They observe. And when they decide something is actually a threat, they act with startling speed and force. Their build is designed specifically for containment rather than combat. A typical Bullmastiff weighs around 130 pounds with a low center of gravity and massive shoulder muscle, which gives them the ability to physically pin an intruder against a wall or the floor. Their pain tolerance is famously high, which historically allowed them to keep working, even when struck. Around family, they are calm and affectionate, especially with children. They tend to move slowly through the house and settle into calm awareness rather than active patrolling. The intensity only shows up when it actually needs to. Number 6. The Giant Schnauzer. Most people know Schnauzers as small dogs, but the giant version is a completely different animal. Giant Schnauzers were developed in Bavaria, specifically to guard breweries and drive livestock, and their genetics carry the results of that selective breeding. They are one of the most underrated guard breeds on this list. According to the AKC, Giant Schnauzers are extremely intelligent, strongly territorial, and naturally suspicious of strangers. What sets them apart is their pattern recognition. Once a Giant Schnauzer settles into your home, they build a mental map of what normal looks like in your household, who lives there, who visits, what the routine sounds like, where things belong. When something breaks that pattern, they notice immediately. Their coat also plays a role in their protection ability. That dense, wiry outer coat is not just for looks. It provides a layer of physical protection during confrontation, functioning almost like armor that makes them harder to injure. What makes them excellent for families is the combination of intelligence and independence. They learn commands quickly and follow them reliably, but they will also make protection decisions on their own when situations move faster than a human can react. They need a lot of mental and physical exercise. But for active families, they offer a level of guarding intelligence that rivals professional working dogs. Number 5. The Cane Corso. Your first encounter with a Cane Corso probably made you take a step back, and that instinctive reaction is exactly why they are one of the most effective family guardians in the world. The Cane Corso is an Italian Mastiff whose ancestors go back to ancient Rome, where they were used for everything from guarding estates to accompanying soldiers. According to the AKC, this is a serious guard breed known for being smart, trainable, noble, and majestic, but also deeply protective of family. What is unusual about the Cane Corso is how much of their protection is passive. They do not need to patrol or bark or posture. Their sheer presence does most of the work. At around 110 pounds of dense muscle and standing tall at the shoulder, a Cane Corso positioned near a doorway is often enough to make anyone reconsider their approach. This is what behaviorists call static deterrence, where the dog protects through visual intimidation rather than active engagement. But behind that intimidating appearance is a dog that is remarkably gentle with family. Cane Corsos are especially tolerant with children, often accepting rough handling that would make other protective breeds defensive. They have a strong bond with their household, and their protective mode only activates when they perceive a real threat. Otherwise, they are calm, indoor companions. The catch with a Cane Corso is that they require experienced training and early socialization. Their power, combined with their strong will, means they must be raised by someone who can provide consistent leadership. Number 4. The Belgian Malinois. If you have ever seen footage of a military or police dog leaping through the air to take down a suspect, there's a good chance you are watching a Belgian Malinois in action. This is the breed most commonly chosen for elite protection work around the world, and their capability is unmatched. But that same intensity is also what makes them a challenging fit for most families. The AKC describes the Belgian Malinois as confident, smart, and hardworking with an intense drive that needs constant outlet. What makes them exceptional is their focus and their ability to make split-second decisions. Malinois evaluate threats with surgical precision, reading body language, hand position, and approach patterns before deciding on a response. They are less about intimidation and more about action. Their agility is one of their biggest advantages. Unlike the heavier Mastiff-type breeds, Malinois are lean and athletic, capable of moving through tight spaces inside a home with ease. If a threat enters the property, a Malinois can respond faster than almost any other breed on this list. For families that can meet their exercise and stimulation needs, Malinois offer a level of protection capability that rivals professional working dogs. But they are not the right choice for laid-back households. This is a dog that needs a job, and if you cannot give them one, they will find their own, which usually means destroying things. Number 3. The Doberman Pinscher. Every Doberman owner has watched their dog transform in an instant. One second they are lounging on the couch, the next, they are on high alert, with every muscle ready to respond. That instantaneous shift is what makes them one of the top personal protection breeds in the world. Carl Friedrich Louis Doberman bred these dogs in 1890s Germany, specifically for personal protection during his work as a tax collector. He needed a dog that could tell the difference between normal social interaction and actual danger while walking beside him through hostile areas. That selective breeding shaped everything about the modern Doberman. The AKC calls them sleek, fearless, and loyal companions of remarkable intelligence. Their reaction times are documented as faster than almost any other large breed, not because they are anxious, but because they maintain constant environmental awareness, even during play or rest. Part of their brain is always scanning. Their build gives them serious advantages in protection scenarios. Their lean athletic frame gives them explosive acceleration and the ability to intercept a threat before it reaches family members. Their pain tolerance is unusually high, meaning they continue functioning even under stress or injury. What makes them exceptional for families is how they modulate their behavior. Around children, they are playful and affectionate. Around perceived threats, they transform completely. And critically, they recognize hierarchy in the household, meaning they accept family leadership readily while still being willing to defend independently when leadership is not present. Number 2. The Rottweiler. You see a Rottweiler and your brain immediately registers size, muscle, and power. But what actually makes them exceptional family guardians has less to do with their physical presence and more to do with their instinct for territorial bonding. Rottweilers trace their ancestry back to Roman drover dogs that moved cattle across Europe. That job required them to make split-second decisions about which situations to engage and which to monitor. That discriminating intelligence is still part of the breed today. According to the AKC, Rottweilers are loyal, loving, and confident guardians, calm and courageous. What makes them different from other guard breeds is how they think about space. Rottweilers create protective zones around their family. The innermost zone is the immediate space around household members. The outer zones extend to the property boundaries. They naturally position themselves at transition points inside the house, like doorways, hallways, and staircases, without being trained to do so. Their bite force exceeds 320 pounds per square inch, which is one of the strongest of any dog breed. But what matters more for family protection is their tendency to bite and hold rather than repeatedly bite and release, which gives families time to escape if the situation ever calls for it. Around family, Rottweilers are affectionate and calm. They bond deeply with their household and experience genuine distress when family members are absent. That deep attachment is what makes their protection so effective. They are not just guarding a location. They are defending what they consider part of themselves. Number 1. The German Shepherd. The German Shepherd is the #1 guard dog in the world, and it is not particularly close. This is the breed most commonly used by police and military organizations globally, and there is a good reason for that. The AKC scores German Shepherds 5 out of 5 for both watchdog ability and trainability. That combination is rare in the dog world. Most breeds are strong in one and weaker in the other. German Shepherds are exceptional at both, which means they are alert enough to notice threats and controllable enough to follow direction reliably. What sets them apart is their ability to evaluate rather than just react. When a German Shepherd sees a stranger, they do not automatically respond with aggression. They watch you. They read the stranger's body language. They process what time of day it is and dozens of other cues. Then they decide how to respond. Their ears rotate independently to gather information. Their eyes track constantly between the threat and their handler. And their body naturally positions itself between the threat and the family without being trained to do so. Their bond with family is intense and specific. German Shepherds form what researchers call ranked attachments, meaning they recognize the different members of the household and adjust their protective intensity accordingly. They know who the children are. They know who the vulnerable members are, and they modify their behavior to match. This is a breed whose ancestors were selected for over a century, specifically to make independent protection decisions that align with human safety. When you bring a German Shepherd into your home, you are not just getting a guard dog, you are getting a highly intelligent partner who will spend their life reading your family and quietly making sure everyone stays safe. So which one of these surprised you the most? Drop it in the comments and tell us if you have one of these breeds at home. If you found this helpful, hit like and subscribe. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.